Alright guys, it's time to do oil change on upside down, or on my big truck. We are doing a oil change on a '05. See it? Cat C7 Acer engine. So basically I'm gonna try to do much maintenance as possible before the daylight goes out. So I gotta change. You see, when the last time I did the oil change, almost a year. My recommendation to all the truckers: don't do that. Make sure you do it time. October 2nd. That's when I did it. They're gonna change that filter, and she didn't want to go in, and that filter. I'm also gonna add some more of these in there because I'm gonna have to replace this. It's dripping. I don't know if y'all see it or not. See all that? I got a reservoir leaking. So, all right, let's start. All right. So that's the plug. I need to take it out. That's gonna be pain in the behind, but we'll see. This is underneath my Cat C7 Acer engine. It's leaking a little bit, but hey, it's 05 with almost 250 some thousand miles, so it's not that bad. You see what the reservoir leaking? Alright, stop wasting time. Let's do this. Alright, so we're gonna use '7/8 to unscrew that. It's probably gonna need 2 of these 5-gallon buckets to drain this out. There we go. Last time when I did the oil change, I didn't tighten it too much, so it was easy for me to take it loose. You just start screwing a little by little until all start coming out. You don't want that thing to squirt on you. Is there any oil in this thing? There it is. See how dark it is? Alright, so let that drip. Alright guys, that's my oil filter. Again, I didn't tighten it too much, and I use that wrench to unloosen it. While I still got that dripping, I went and unloosened this. You see how? So always remember not to tie too much of this stuff. Snug, snug, snug. Alright, so I'm gonna take that out, and then we'll move on to the other 2 filters. Alright. You see that? We need to. What do you need? I had to clean that too much as I can. At my height, kind of hard for me to reach that far up, but I did whatever I can to get it cleaned up. So I'm gonna go ahead and plug that up. I'm gonna put another new filter in there. Probably gonna put some oil inside the filter and then put the grease around the O-ring. I'm gonna put grease on the plug that goes right there. Clean all this mess up, and then move on to the other filters. Again, I'm using the same grease I use for my personal vehicles. Just gonna grease the bolt, the threads, and then plug it in. I'm gonna do the same thing with the filter. And alright, so I ordered the bucket. Should have been 4 buckets, Pop. I don't know why I only got 3. They charged me for 4. I had to look into the last one. It's up to come today, I think. Alright, so when you open these, this was pushed down and you pop it open with the screwdriver. And this was screwed on like that. So you just unscrew it, pull these out, and you'll be able to use it. What I'm gonna do is, I went and got these. Pump, so I won't make too much mess and spill this valuable oil. Now here's my new oil filter, 57791. Put the date on it, how many miles on the truck, just about everywhere. So either way you face it, I should be able to read. Now here, I'm gonna put the grease. I want to put some of this oil in here and then screw these up. Alright, after struggle and whatnot, finally got it in. When you put it in, you gotta turn it to your right front wheel, like that. Again, tighten it up until you feel the resistance, and then snug it. Tighten up, feel the resistance, snug it. Look at this thing. Alright, now I gotta get these out and get that out. In order to get that out, you gotta make sure you turn that off and then take it out. This you don't have to turn nothing on, you just gotta unscrew it and put a new one in. Come on, focus. 33626. That's the one I gotta put there. Alright, finally got that out. Now I couldn't get it open with any of the wrenches that I got, so what I did, I used a Phillips screwdriver, put a hole through it, and then turned it. Now before you go use the last option, make sure you have everything you need, and make sure you ain't gotta go nowhere, just in case if you can find a part. Now you gotta remember, when you try to put a hole through the filter, because you can't get it out with all the wrenches you have, make sure you don't hit that. So try to hit it like I hear, depending on the size of the filter, try to hit it in the middle of the filter, because most likely you're gonna avoid that piece right there. Alright, so this is the new filter. I'm gonna put diesel in here and then screw it in. So kind of sort of put a hole right where my thumb at, and then turn it. Again, on this one, I'm gonna put the grease around it, clean that out, put some diesel in it, and we should be good to go. Alright, after so much struggle, finally got it. Kind of wrote a little cheat sheet. This way is loosened, that way is tightened. Right here too. That way loosen, other way tighten. Alright, I already cleaned that up. I'm gonna put that on there. This one I don't have to worry about putting come on, now get up. On this I don't have to worry about putting diesel in it, because it's gonna sit upside down. That defeats the purpose. And as I told you earlier, I cut that switch off. I don't know if y'all see it or not. See the black switch? Cut that off. When I put this in there, I'm gonna cut the switch on, and then you turn the ignition on and off, on and off. Don't start the truck, just turn the ignition on and off a few times and you should be good. I just gotta put all in there. Also remember, it's gonna have a little washer on top. You take the old washer out and put a new one in. There's the new washer. I threw the old one in there somewhere. So this one goes on top of that, and then screw that on. Alright, that's the grease. We'll just screw these on, and we are done. Alright, filter's on. That's on. Flip the switch on. There you go. Alright, everything's done. The thing I do is put oil in it. And there goes my handy dandy slippers. Or chanclas, or whatever you want to call it. Look at all the mess I made on the floor. Anyway, oil filters, trying to kill that stump. Bunch of, that's not oil, you guys, that's diesel fuel off the oil filters. My grease, that's the pump I bought to pump the oil out. And now we gotta figure out how we're gonna pull the oil from this container into the engine.